Hello, I'm Pineberry Mommy. Welcome to my channel again. So in today's video, I want to talk about product manager or business analyst interviews. So I will use my recent interview as an example. I'm trying to make it a series. So every time I conduct an interview, I will a video to discuss where the candidate has done right and where the candidate may need some improvement. So let's start. When I conduct product manager or business analyst interviews, I usually look for problem solvers who have a customer focused mindset. So my colleague asked me to help to interview this candidate for a third round interview. So obviously he has done pretty well with two of my colleagues. So my third round is supposed to be the last round. However, I decided to turn down this candidate. Here are the questions I asked him. If you're going to replace a system, what are the first 10 steps you're going to take? So by asking this question, I mainly want to find out whether he has the awareness to work with the customers or users to understand their needs and their requirements. And also because this is like a replacement system question, so he should find out like what has gone wrong with the existing system or the existing product, why the customers are not happy with it. And I'm also looking for a kind of like big picture top-down approach to frame the problem statement. And then at the same time, also the ability to peel the onion to find out the root cause, and then is able to build up detailed business solution or functional design. There are other things I'm looking for example, like target operating model change and how to measure success. But these are more advanced, so I will only go into them if the candidate is able to get the first several points right. So with this candidate, what he has done is he jumped right into technical solution. He talked about, oh, I need to look into the data input and the data output, and then change this and that. So I gave him some hint, say, like I asked him, like, who is using your system? So I'm hoping that I'm able to like pull him back to think from a more customer focused or like user focused angle. However, after giving him multiple hints, he was still unable to go on the right track. Then I tweaked the case a little bit to give him a second chance. The second case is if you are asked to build a system that is used to automate the current manual workflow, what are the first 10 steps you're going to take? For this one, he did talk about find out the as-is process, which is kind of good. However, there was still this problem of like he's not able to have a very structured thinking process. Kind of jumped here and there to jump into solutioning or very detailed solutioning right away. And then he also mentioned that, oh, I don't know why you want me to design it. That's a job of solution architect. But in reality, as a product manager, you should be able to do the functional design. And once the functional design is done, you pass it to the solution architect to do the technical design. So I'm quite surprised that the candidate had that comment. What I like about the candidate was after having these two cases, he asked me directly, what are you looking for? Like what kind of answer would you like? So I told him directly what are the like kind of keywords or points or kind of mindset I'm looking for. So I gave him a third case to try it out again. He did much better in the third case. However, the problem of not being aware of the customer needs still exists. So in the third case, I told him, okay, you're going to build this customer application, which is used for what purpose. And I would be your user. So you can ask me any questions about my needs and so on. And I will basically observe your thinking process and assess your performance based on that. So the problem is he jumped into solutioning right away again. And he didn't give me much chance to talk about my needs as a customer. I was hoping that he can guide me through this process and tease more requirement out of me. However, this whole kind of user interview was dominated by him offering me solutions. It's not the modern way of product development. I will talk more about human-centered design in the future videos, but that's really alarm for me. So at the end, I still decided to turn down this candidate. At the end, I'd like to share a quick video clip to showcase what is a good problem-solving thinking process.
So to fix it, you have to systematically do some detective work to figure out where the error is coming from. In the last interview Carl Sagan ever gave, he said,
"Science is more than a body of knowledge. It's a way of thinking."
So here was our thought process. I knew if I could prove that my machine was super precise, then the only reason we weren't getting a jackpot would be because the game was rigged. So I needed to start by looking at any potential sources of variability error in my machine. There were only 3. So it could be the photoresistor, the solenoid, or the Arduino. There was one external source we considered, and that was light pollution from all the flashing lights in the arcade could mean the input to the light sensor was too noisy and therefore not repeatable. Now there's a trick when it comes to troubleshooting where you test several potential error sources at the same time. And if I can get really precise results within this loop, then I know that none of those components are the source of the error, without having to take time to test each individually.
I hope you guys would like this short video. If there are enough views, I will be certainly encouraged to make more in the future every time I have conducted an interview. If you want to hear any other content about interviews or product management, please leave a comment below. I will read all the comments and then decide what I'm going to do for my next video.